fresh ball fall is upon us, guys, and you need to be in the festive spirit. Light a candle, get some pumpkin spice, and make sure your balls look nice with the sponsor of today's show, Manscaped. Nature may clear the leaves off their trees, but you'll need Manscaped's help to get you ready for that sweater weather. Get your pants puppies prepared for cuffing season with a trim as refreshing as a fall breeze by going to manscaped.com and using promo code FRATCHAT for 20% off plus free shipping. Oh, yeah. Quick, stick a dick in there.
Sorry.
We're recording.
I was yawning.
Wow.
I have a big mouth, don't I?
Yeah. I can see why Mario is always smiling.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. Wow, that was crazy.
He's so funny. Okay, so we've been having construction next door, right? Mm-hmm. And when Osmario plays Street Fighter and he loses, he's like pounding on the floor and like banging stuff and screaming. And so then we didn't have construction next door today, and I saw my neighbors downstairs, and they were like, "Man, another morning of construction. It's like, when is it going to end?" And I couldn't tell them there's no construction. It's just my husband's playing Street Fighter. You know, it's like, ooh. And I was like, "You better get your shit together and stop banging on shit. We're gonna get our ass kicked out of here."
Oh,
you know,
awkward.
So awkward, and like that's my husband.
Now,
yikes.
The question is, if they're hearing that, you know, they hear other noises too.
Well, that's only if we did it.
Well, I was talking about you pooping. So. What are you talking about?
we could have sex 5 times a day, and I would still complain it wasn't enough.
Poor Osmario needs to sleep, man.
I want it all the time. All the time. Anyhow. So what's new with you?
We're gonna do this in 3, 2, 1.
What are you doing?
Testes in my mouth.
Get on the ground, you fucking pledge.
Ew.
Welcome to the greatest podcast experience of your life. This is the Frat Chat Podcast.
All young men like 3 things. Dudes, pussy.
Featuring Carlos Garcia and Chris Moore.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting time. Now with way more Jesus. It's the Frat Chat Podcast. I'm Carlos Garcia with Chris Moore. How's it going, Mr. Mo?
Yo, what's up? How you doing? And how's Jesus Christ?
Well, if you look right behind me, we see my parents' awesome models of many kinds of Jesus. I feel like I was telling you off air, it's the Justice League of Jesuses. A green Jesus, a pink Jesus.
If I scream, Jesus Christ, I'm not using the Lord's name in vain. I'm just talking to one of the mannequins behind you.
That's right. If you see one of them turn, though, let me know, and we get the fuck out of here.
That's the real one.
Kind of creepy.
I mean, a little bit. My sister used to have all these porcelain dolls in her bedroom, and at night, just the shadows they would cast was so scary to me.
Yeah, that shit is fucking creepy. I'm glad I didn't have a sister just because of that. If I walked into some little girl's room at night, that shit is creepy.
You know what? When I was younger, my sister had this Barbie doll. My sister, when I was younger, had this Barbie doll head. And she would like do its makeup or its hair, I think. But at any given moment, you would walk into the living room, and my sister would have this woman's head in her crotch. And I used to think to myself, like, everyone calls me gay because I'm not like a huge sports fan, but my sister is getting Barbie's going down on her left and right all day, every day, and no one says anything. That's weird. That's weird to me.
So no one says anything about her, but just because I lick my hot dogs instead of chewing them, everybody calls me gay.
Wait, you chew them?
Sure, it takes longer to eat them that way, but who's to judge? Oh man, yeah, that'd be weird. And they didn't even give her like a torso; it was just a head.
Just a head.
That's so creepy. Oh god.
If you ask any girl from like the 80s that was born in the 80s, they'll know.
That's creepy as shit. If I'm like a parent and I like open my eyes in the middle of the night and I see my kid holding a fucking like decapitated head, I'm swinging. I'm not. Sweetie,
Dude,
what's wrong?
creepy.
Ah! My kid's
So
possessed.
creepy.
Yeah,
Ugh.
fuck that. Fuck that. Ugh, that's super weird.
What was your favorite toy as a kid?
Ooh, my favorite toy as a kid. I went through a few phases, but Batman action figures were my number one for a while.
Oh,
Also had a lot of
nice.
some X-Men ones. I got like a big Wolverine one. But
That sounds
do
cool.
you remember the Power Rangers toys that you like hit a button and their helmet would flip into like the normal little head? Then you hit it again.
Oh, I do remember this.
Yes, I used to have those all the time. Those were my faves. And Ninja Turtles action figures were also awesome. You could like pop off the arms and shit.
I had those. You know what though? I used to play with Hess trucks.
Ah, a trucker kid.
I would take my Hess truck everywhere because some of them were like a bank, or some of them might have like a little motorcycle on the inside. That like you pulled it back and it would make it go forward. Do you know what I mean?
Totally. And listeners, Simo, unlike me, had no friends growing up, so he had to have the truck, so we
They
totally
were
could play
my
by
friends.
himself.
They were my friends.
You could just roll it and it comes right back. You don't need a friend. Yeah, I was not a huge truck kid, unless we're talking Transformers now. Those things are
Oh,
fucking
I
sweet.
had those.
It's a truck. It's a robot.
I could
it's
never figure
both.
them out.
I know
I
how
could
to
never
break
figure
them.
out. Some of them, like, this is too intricate. And just
My
4.
dad whooped my ass. You broke a toy. This is difficult.
Did you ever have one of those little miniature? Well, they're not necessarily miniature, but this little like pistols that had a dart with a suction cup on the end of it.
Yes. It's like, obviously, as a kid, that's such a fun toy, but for adults, it's definitely the most annoying shit.
Oh, totally.
You just shoot him and say, those stupid darts stuck to your head.
Because there's always like some sort of like TV show where some kid shot it at his dad's forehead, and it would
Yeah.
always, you know what I mean?
The
And so
bald
I would-
dad.
Yeah, I would always aim for my dad's head. He's like, not at the face. I'm like, well,
That's why Simo's dad has that eye patch to this day.
yeah.
They call him One-Eyed Monk.
Call him matey.
Monk the Pirate.
Yeah.
It does have a pretty good ring to it. I'm not gonna lie. That could be fuck the horror flick. Monk the Pirate. The Adventures of Monk the Pirate. Support for today's episode comes from Marine Layer. It's official. I've found the softest t-shirt mankind has ever made. Imagine the softest thing you've ever touched. Right? Think about it. Maybe some kittens or like freshly fallen snow. Now times that by 1,000. That's right, because Marine Layer is the go-to brand for great fitting and stylish closet staples. Based out of beautiful sunny California, Marine Layer clothes are that perfect mix of laid-back style that also looks and feels premium. Plus, you know what I love about Marine Layer? It's just how their t-shirts and tank tops stay so soft no matter how many times you wash them. It's time to invest in a wardrobe that will actually last, people. For limited time only, our listeners get an exclusive 15% off discount with the promo code FRATCHAT15 at marinelayer.com. Again, that's 15% off with the promo code FRATCHAT15 at marinelayer.com.
He used to sing this song about monkey cats that he made up. I think he was just high. He made up some song about monkey cats.
What? You're sniffing fumes.
I used to have nightmares about monkey cats, like cats that, or like, I don't know.
Yeah, cats have flu. Isn't it half monkey, half cat? Or is this
Well, I'm thinking of the flying monkeys from
from
Wizard of Oz. I just remember having nightmares about these monsters.
There was no feline in those things. But a monkey can already jump pretty far. So you add in the cat-like speed and jumping ability, and it's a fucking superhuman at this point. So I don't know. That'd be scary too. And cats' temperaments too. You're all
Totally
kind of monkey.
scary, right? But he used to always like talk about all this nonsense, and I think to myself, you get mad that I shoot this suction cup at your face when you are literally traumatizing me.
You've been singing
I
about
can't
cat
sleep.
monkeys. So wait, what was the song? Do you remember it by any chance? 'Cause
It
I'm
was
kinda
like
curious.
the monkey cat is coming after you, and the monkey cat is gonna get you too. The monkey cat, the monkey cat, and the monkey is gonna get you too.
So the
Man,
monkey
like
cat was actively coming to get you in the song.
he had like different verses. He was always making up songs and like some weird shit, and like he had to have been high. He had to have been. They won't admit it, but he had to have been high on something. Oh,
He had
he's
a
sober,
terrible
by the way,
drinking
now.
problem. Yeah, he had a terrible drinking problem back then, and after a failed music career, he got himself together. Oh, Monk! Wow, the monkey cat is coming after you. It's like it's almost like Spider-Man but rapier, you know?
Yeah, dude. Super sketch.
Oh yeah, watch out for those monkey cats, folks. They sound scary. I still don't know what they are, but I'm frightened. Speaking of frightening things,
I'm high.
I'm just gonna say,
Is that where you're going with that? Listeners, I don't know if you can tell, but I smoked a doobie.
well, I was going to talk about Jada Pinkett Smith, but that's equally
Oh, yes.
Because here's the thing: last week we had our celebrity matchmaking episode where I literally said, "Hey, we both agreed, Will Smith and Jada, it's time to call that marriage a day. They're clearly not happy.
They
Will
don't look
Smith-
right together.
Right? You got to go for Halle Berry. She was also recently
Yeah.
divorced. Make some beautiful babies and shit. Live happily ever after, or not. I don't know. You're both like 60. I don't think you need to have babies, but do what you got to do." Here's the thing. This interview just came out, which, to be honest, I don't really know what the need or want for a Jada Pinkett Smith interview at this point in time. The Oscars were a little long time ago, and to be honest, most people were like,
Like, why is she relevant?
Yeah, there's bigger things going on in the world right now than Jada Pinkett Smith. But apparently, she says in this interview that her and Will Smith separated in 2016, but kept it private to figure out their partnership, quote unquote.
That's 7 years ago.
7 years ago. And she says, I think it's just about not being ready yet. Still trying to figure out between the two of us how to be in a partnership. And in regards to how do we present that to people, and we hadn't figured that out. Bitch, 7 years? Haven't figured out how to tell people you broke up.
7 years?
Put a tweet,
And-
put an Instagram. We still love and respect each other. Please respect our privacy during these arduous times. We're committed to co-parenting our weird children. That's it. Move on.
They do have weird kids.
Yeah, they're awesome, but they're super weird.
I flip my hair back and forth. Okay. That's called a seizure.
Girl, we're at an airport. Please stop doing that.
I remember when she had that entanglement? Was that
Yeah.
entanglement before they were separated, or after the separation? Because if it was after the separation, I mean, who
It's totally
cares?
cool.
Who cares
Yeah.
about an entanglement unless it's your friend's kid? Then it's like, okay,
Yeah,
have
that's
some
just
class,
weird. Yeah, that's just weird. Let me see. The entanglement would have been. Oh, it would have been after, I guess, during 2020-ish.
Well, her sex life is her business if they're not. Because I think that
But,
this
like-
interview said that they're in different houses even.
Yeah, it did say that they're in different houses, but like
Separate
this is
lives.
weird as shit. That like, why did you take 7 years to tell people, and why did you go on that interview then with each other talking about the quote unquote entanglements if you were broken up. Like, were you like just fiending for
Yeah,
attention? Like, what the fuck is
that's
all
so
that?
bizarre to me.
It's
And
so strange.
I remember hearing rumors for years that they were swingers. They weren't swingers, they're
Yeah.
just bringing people home to their individual houses because
Yeah.
they are separated.
Because Will Smith lives down the street, apparently. Like, what? It's so weird. It's really so weird. And like she says, like they've been doing really heavy duty work together. We just got deep love for each other, and we're gonna figure out what that looks like for us. It's been 7 years. You live in separate houses. It seems like you figured it out. It just
They were
sign the
like,
divorce.
divorce is not an option.
Yeah,
Okay.
no,
Because if divorce is a sin, so is adultery. So, I mean, like, come
totally.
on now.
Totally. It's we just, we're gonna work it out by, living in separate houses, seeing different people, not being anywhere near each other.
Who, if they went out, if they had a divorce, who do you think would be the first one to get married again?
Out of love, Will. I think he'll be fine. I don't know why. I just feel like he would, because I feel like this is unfair. I will say this is unfair, but I feel like with these media things, these celebrity divorces, usually the guy gets out of it first, quicker, cleaner type thing. And then the women, people are like, she's a divorcee or bullshit like that, and they shit on her. But I think she's gonna have an uphill battle dating someone after this again. You know what I mean? Like, ugh.
Yeah.
This is weird because he looks like a battered husband now, but she just looks fucking like crazy now. Like, what? Like,
See, I think that she's gonna end up. She's gonna say to her kids, like, "Hey, Willow, can I accompany you to your 10-year high school reunion?" And she's gonna be like, "Hey, fellas, Mama's on the market now.
That actually,
Everyone needs a number at the meat market. Heyo."
that actually does make a ton of sense. I could see it. So let's we'll take a bet here for $1. Who will marry first? Now they're officially announced their separation. I'm going Will. Simo's going with Jada. Ladies and gentlemen, you hold us accountable for this bet. The Jesus is in the room.
$1. Why not $1 million?
Well, we'll do it in pesos. That I can afford it.
How many pesos is $1?
How many pesos in a dollar these days? I don't know. I feel like it's like 14 pesos or something. How many pesos in a dollar? 1 peso is about 5.5 cents.
Oh, geez. So 20 pesos is $1?
Yes. Correct. Yeah. Well, that's not so bad. Yeah. That's not so bad.
It's not so bad, says the American.
It used to be like 14, but I mean, it's not as devalued. Like my money, Venezuela's money is fucking destroyed. It's worthless now. You need so much money just to like you need like thousands and thousands and thousands of our money just to buy like toilet paper. Our currency's fucked.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, inflation's bad.
Caracas, get it together.
That's right. We're beat right now. So
Caracas.
that's why I see like 5 cents. And that's lucky. But anyways, Jada Pinkett. It's just so strange to me. I don't understand what this interview is, what she was trying to accomplish, because if it's for people to, I don't know, pity her or maybe come out more likable at the end of this, at the end of this interview, if that's what she wanted, I don't think she accomplished this. It's just a weird interview.
Yeah, dude. Hey, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Aloe.
Aloe who?
Alopecia.
Oh, no. No,
I'm here all night, guys. Keep it coming.
On that note. I motion to adjourn this meeting because we're canceled. Things just got a little too hairy here at the Frat Chat Podcast. Oh shit! Now I did it. No.
I get it.
Well, Jada Pinkett, stop being so weird, man. Stop craving attention. That's all I can say about this. I don't stop doing interviews for a while. Maybe sit a few plays out. Just live your life.
Interviews are so cringy.
Yeah, like we don't need to know all this stuff, like especially if you guys broke up 7 years ago. It sounds like a you problem that you guys need to get a better publicist or something to put your announcements out there, because that's fucking weird. If your breakup from 2016 is still on hold, I can't imagine what your email inbox looks like. You probably have like 19,000 emails in there. Your shit's backed up. So no, Jada, cut it out. This isn't cool. Anyways, something that also isn't cool, Mr. Mo, is that all these years growing up, we were duped. Not just us, but the world, America, beyond. We're all duped by old wives' tales that we believed. God damn it.
Yeah, Santa's never returned any letters of mine.
Yeah, fuck you, Santa. It's
And I'm glad that
Sebo can't spell that good. Doesn't mean you can't read them.
And I'm glad that the tooth fairy isn't real, because who collects teeth? It's fucking weird.
Yeah, that's creepy. Creepy as
really
shit.
creepy. if you
Tooth
think
fairy.
about it.
Like, whoever came up with the tooth fairy, you got some weird, deep psychological issues. I'm glad that's not real. Some lady coming to my house, stealing my teeth. Ugh. She probably has cat monkeys with her. Very creepy stuff. That's right. We're gonna talk about these 10 here old wives' tales that we grew up believing. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't even want to say grew up believing, because some of these, when I saw on your side of the list, I was like, what? No way. I thought that's true. And I Googled it to make sure that you weren't an asshole. And no, damn it. Some of these still got me today as a 35-year-old man. So prepare yourself, you guys. We might blow your mind here with this episode.
Yeah, and I have one that's not on the list, but I wanted to start with an honorable mention. It's
Bring
just
it.
too ridiculous for people to believe. But my grandma told me when I was younger, because I would always wait to the last minute to go potty, and then I would mess myself. And
Oh.
so she would say, if you hold it in, she'd be like, Chris, look at me when I talk to you. If you hold in a bowel movement, it'll come out your mouth. Okay. And I believed it. And one time in second grade in Miss Milbourne's class, I said, and I ran to the bathroom. And Miss Milbourne was like, is everything okay? And I told her, if you hold it in, it'll come out your mouth. And then she and the science teacher explained to me how that's not physically possible.
And that's how Simo ended up in the special ed class.
Yeah.
Thanks, Grandma. Oh,
They're like,
God.
read this book. I'm like, why? Why read? What on earth could I possibly read?
reading?
I know everything I need to know in life.
Grandpa says reading is evil, and it made him sick.
Yeah.
Wow, here's the thing. That's like a total good one for a kid to believe, though. I mean, it's like, obviously it sounds ridiculous as an adult, but that's like some shit you can get a 4-year-old with.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the question: how old were you when you believed that?
Oh gosh, 7, 8.
Okay, good. You're still within respectable age then.
Well, no, she probably told me when I was younger, and I believed it up until I was about, I guess, 7.
Till the second week of college. Oh man, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one, you guys. Because if you think about it, it makes sense. It's like, but can you imagine if that was a thing though? You just
That's not real. But if you hold in a lot of poop, it will make your breath stink.
Yeah. That's why your breath smells like shit. You gotta take one. Oh Lord.
What's it called when your breath stinks? Hematosa. Hemoglobin.
Disease.
Halitosis.
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 Halitosis. The main
Halitosis
symptom.
is the direct result of holding in a large turd.
That's what happens when you hold
Yeah,
in
you heard
the
it here
Chipotle
first,
Tuesdays.
folks.
That's like a terrible disease. Like you can be beautiful, but if you have terrible breath, that brings you down a few notches.
Mhm.
What you can do about that? I remember I had a crush on someone once, and then they like whispered something to me. It's like, "Hey, Carlos." Ah! And this was like during the time of the day where it's like early enough where it's like you should have brushed your teeth by now. This is just what your breath smells like. It's like no. Really, it makes me kind of nauseous thinking about how bad it was. But anyways, on to my first one. This is one that I genuinely believed for the longest time, and I thought I was being a rebel. But I thought that cracking your knuckles gave you arthritis. And that was a big one. I think 90s kids particularly got told that.
Oh,
'Cause,
totally. I believe that because my parents and my grandparents told me that.
all the time.
They lied.
And here's the thing. This is an old wives' tale that traveled across the world because I was being told that shit in like first grade in Venezuela that cracking your knuckles gives you arthritis. And you were being told that shit here in America. So
Yeah.
it's like, like you know how hard it is for like ideologies to cross across borders? And this story somehow has made it across the world. Everybody thought you got arthritis. It's like, dude, you stop cracking your knuckles. Your hand's gonna shake like my grandma's.
And then
Support for today's episode comes from Waterboy. If you're hydrated and you know it, clap your hands. Let me tell you something, folks. We all know that hangovers suck a big D. Am I right? What? Ew, no, man. Get your mind out of the gutter. We're talking about dehydration here, pervs. And Waterboy is your hangover lifesaver, coming in hot with over 3 times the electrolytes of a liquid IV. Waterboy's weekend recovery pack is scientifically formulated to cut your hangover time in half. All you do is take one of these little packets here, mix it with 16 ounces of water, and boom, you're hydrated again. That's why you know what they say. If you use Waterboy's powder stack, you'll get your mojo right back. Oh, yeah. And for a limited time only, our listeners get 15% off of your entire order with the promo code FRATCHAT at waterboy.com. Our 6-inch stack is packing, so get yours today and save 15% on it with the promo code FRATCHAT at waterboy.com.
I remember one time telling my grandma, I'm like, that's not true. And she's like, well, I'll tell you what is true. Cracking your knuckles will make your knuckles bigger. And I don't think that's true either.
I don't think so. I have like my middle knuckle is kind of pointy, but then the rest of
Everyone's is.
Yeah, but you have some big defined knuckles around. I think mine's just my middle one. The rest are like normal.
Yeah, I'm freaking bony, like a dinosaur. I if cracking major joints bigger, then my neck should be fucking huge.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Because here's the thing. I thought that cracking bones was like the bone actually making the sound, but it's not. What's actually making sound is air bubbles, essentially, that just pop out of there. So it's all air. So like when you crack your shit, it's just, air that builds up in there and then you release it essentially. So that's what it sounds like, but it's not. Your knuckles and your bones are not making those sounds. If they make those sounds, you want to go to a hospital immediately.
Yeah.
Something's wrong. So, but yeah, cracking your knuckles, totally cool. Feels fantastic. I don't get how people have like a weird phobia for their bones cracking, but it's like the best feeling ever.
Oh, it's such a good feeling. And I watch chiropractor videos on YouTube as like a guilty pleasure.
Yes.
When they do the ring ding, they pull your head.
Yep.
Like,
it's
oh,
scary
so cool.
though, but it's fucking sweet. I weirdly live vicariously through like chiropractor videos of people and shit. Like,
Me
it's some
too.
weird way, and it almost makes it feel like I'm getting work done, even though I'm not, and my back still feels like shit. But it's like, I don't know.
And then some people will get cracked so good they cry, and I'm like, oh,
yeah. They're like, I've been in pain for 26 years. I tried to suck my penis when I was 12 and I got stuck like that. Thank you. So, oh no, don't kiss me. Yeah, no, those. If you haven't watched a good cracking video, check it out. There's some really good ones, especially when they do like sports athletes. You know, and they're all kinds of pro wrestlers. Their backs are all kinds of fucked up, and their necks, and then they crack. It's like the wildest shit. So definitely check that out if you haven't. It's addicting. Another one that I'm not proud to say that I've seen a lot on TikTok, but it's addicting, is like crazy pimple popping videos.
Oh,
The monster
and like
pimple.
cysts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like do a little hole and this massive fucking thing comes out of someone's back. It's like, oh. Yeah,
Or when they think it's a blackhead, but it's actually like 50 years worth of hair that's like
yes.
balled up.
Yes. And it just comes coming out. It's so gross. But can you imagine what those things smell like though? Like,
Ugh.
ugh. Just like a little bit of pus stings.
The show Pimple Popper, the girl, she's like,
Yeah.
oh, look at this. It looks like oatmeal, right? It doesn't smell like oatmeal, but it looks like oatmeal. Oh, look at these chunks. Chunky. It looks like regurgitated food. Yummy.
I'm like, bitch, I don't need the
This looks
recap
like
I'm
cream
watching.
corn. Does this look like cream corn to you?
Let's see what it tastes like. I'm just playing with you. Yeah, that lady really goes into crazy detail. It's like, we don't really need that kind of detail, but appreciate it, lady. I guess for the visually impaired, she's painting a good picture. So, oh, God.
There's this one lady, she's like, oh, look at that. I see you have a horn growing out the side of your head. Well, we're going to take this off and send this off to pathology. Do you want to say goodbye before it leaves? This girl's probably like, get the fuck out. What the fuck are you talking about? Get that horn out my face. I don't want to look at it.
I didn't get to go to prom because of this fucking thing. All right? Get it away from me.
Ugh.
Oh, gross. But anyways, cracking your knuckles does not cause arthritis. So crack away, folks. Now, what you got for your number one, Mr. Mel? Your official
bigotry causes arthritis. Okay, so that's why old people all have it, because they're all bigots.
That's right.
Okay, so my first one is kind of a stupid one. I never followed it anyway, but people say you have to wait an hour after eating before you swim. There's nothing to really suggest that's necessary. And you, as a former swimmer, you probably know this better than anyone. I used to think to myself, well, if you had like half of a peanut butter jelly sandwich, can you just wait a half hour since you didn't eat the whole thing? But no. I mean, maybe you could get a cramp, but it's not going to be a debilitating cramp. I mean, so you're not being unsafe by having a meal and then going to swim. If anything, you are exercising some cardiovascular health there. You know what I mean?
Totally, which helps you digest the food. So
yeah.
Here's the thing. Even as a swimmer, though, I still believe that shit was true. There really was. We would eat like, well, also because during like swim meet days, we eat like a bunch of carbs, a bunch of pasta, bagel, shit like that. So they would want us to eat it a little earlier, so you're not so heavy, anyways. But we totally thought that was true as well, which is wild. And here's something crazy. The other day, Julie wanted to work out. I don't know if she was lifting or wanted to go for a run or something like that. But we had just eaten. And I was like, what are you doing, woman? You can't do that. You'll get sick. It's terrible. You'll crap and die. No. That was one of the ones that I saw on your list. And I was like, oh, shit, that's bullshit. So, yes, I was quite wrong on that one myself until very recently. Wah, wah. This is where I'm sad. I don't have my little soundboard.
Wah, wah.
It's like, fucking idiot. Ooh, that was a good cough block. I saw that.
Oh, I turned the microphone down and then I coughed a long
that was
up.
good. I saw that. You can see the smoke coming out of your hands.
I'm smoking my vape.
I don't know, man. I lost my vape, and I'm so sad. So I need to.
Your brother stole it.
I think he did, son of a bitch. I really think he did. I was at the his baby shower earlier today, and I was pissed it wasn't at their house because I totally would have searched around. Oh, this is in the bathroom.
It was at your mom's house?
It was at one of their friends' house in the DC area.
Now, are guys supposed to come to baby showers?
They're not, but these days, I don't know what year this started, but it's been a very recent thing. I have a feeling since COVID, once people started getting back together, they had an excuse to have everybody come. But nowadays, they're like trying to make it more inclusive and shit. And it's funny because I didn't even get an invite to this thing. Julie got the invite, and it said you can bring a +1, and it's my brother's fucking baby shower. So us, the guys, were kind of like just there, but it was still very fun. It was a really cool crew. But you know, it's I didn't know what to do with these things, so I just sat there, ate, and had a good time.
Nice.
Sit by the
Now,
food.
how far along is your sister-in-law?
She is about a month away now from the due
Oh,
date.
wow. Do you know
Yeah,
if it's a
buddy.
boy or girl?
It's gonna be a lady.
It's gonna be a lady for now.
Love
Love how queer people always say that. I mean, lady for now. You never know.
Until she gets to the 6th grade and decides she wants to join the boys swimming team.
Yeah.
Oh God. I saw a comedian actually talking about how, and I don't want to ruin his joke, but you know, when you tell someone it's a joke, it's usually not as good. Essentially, like, how come the trans athletes never go from woman to guy when they want to be athletes? Because then they become dudes and suck. Well, it's always the other way. And I was like, damn it. That's a good point, and I don't have the logic to answer it. It's like shit.
You know what? So one of my coworkers was talking about trans athletes and was like, "This is ridiculous. We have to do something." And I was like, "We? What? No." I was like, "Can I ask you a question? How many trans athletes do you know?" And
Right.
he was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Most queer people are in theater. They're in the arts." I was like, "So why worry about what's going to happen like a fraction of a percentage of the time?"
That's
You know what I mean?
so true. That's so true. And if you like made like let's say like if you want to like a trans wrestling league, it's just trans women, trans male, whatever. It would probably not even be able to find enough members because, like you said, it's a fraction. So it's like, just let them be. Let them
Like,
be.
if people want to play sports, go play sports. If you want to go sweat on purpose, go sweat on purpose. I don't care.
Oh my God, you guys. I think I'm in love. And no, I'm not talking about my girlfriend. Ew. God, ew. Oh God, please don't tell her I said that. But I'm talking about the clothes from Marine Layer. I swear, my body has never felt clothing more comfortable. And right now, I'm wearing the hemp cotton pocket tank top in lobster bisque. And I freaking love it. Lobster bisque. It's not just delicious sounding, but it's so light and soft yet durable that I'll definitely be able to wear it everywhere. From hitting the beach, going to the gym, or just rocking around town, this tank has me covered. I also got some t-shirts, Henley shirts, and pants that literally just came in for me today, so I'm extra excited. Here, look, check them out! Ah! And how many times have you felt that you were in between sizes when buying clothes? Well, maybe you've been drinking a few too many lately. You know, I hear that. Or you've been hitting the gym extra hard. What's cool about Marine Layer is they have in-between sizes. So now you finally no longer have to make that difficult choice between medium and large and extra large. We're trying to make Marge a thing. Now, for all my music junkies, Marine Layer actually just dropped a new line featuring classic bands like The Grateful Dead, Bob Marley, Cream, Led Zeppelin, Crosby, Nash and Stills, and Pink Floyd. Each shirt features one of Bill Graham's legendary Fillmore posters. You can finally rock a great fitting and quality band tee that's gonna last. Whether you're going on a date, the office, or keeping it casual watching sports, Marine Layer has the best shirts for every occasion. And did you hear about Marine Layer's Respun program? Everyone has a bunch of old tees collecting dust in the back of their closets. Marine Layer will send you a prepaid recycling kit and literally give you a $5 credit card per shirt. Yes, $5 credit card per shirt. You heard that right. You actually get paid for your old tees, all while helping Marine Layer keep tees out of landfills. Out with the old shirts and in with the new. And I think that we can all admit that a perfect tee can be hard to find. But look no further than the Marine Layer. And for limited time only, get 15% off with the promo code FRATCHAT15 at marinelayer.com. That's promo code FRATCHAT15 for 15% off your entire order at marinelayer.com. Saving your closet one shirt at a time.
The only one
do
that I
you.
don't think that they should allow to compete in is fighting, though, because there's been some transitions where, now they're women, but they're still massive in comparison to the competition. And, you can
But don't they
fucking kill
partner
someone.
up similar weight classes?
Yes, but you can still be like a jacked, like you've seen guys like two dudes can be 185, but one of them is fucking like muscle headed and one's like a fat guy, it's
Oh yeah.
shit like that happens. And some of these, ladies, they're more top heavy, so they have like little legs, but like you do not want to take a right hand from her, I'll tell you that much. These chicks are tough. Yeah.
One time at the beach in Ocean City, Maryland, there's a what do you call it? A riptide? Or like an undercurrent, I guess.
Yeah, riptide.
And I had my boogie board, so I just went out too far. I couldn't get back in, so I just sat on my boogie board, and I was like, I don't know.
Nice.
And so this female lifeguard came to rescue me, and I was fighting her off. I was like, I do not want to be pulled in by a female. I'm gonna get made fun of so bad. Now I look back on it, I'm like, God bless this woman for saving my life. But at the time, I was like, I was like, no, get off me. She's like, come on. But I was so nervous that I was gonna get picked on.
Only one of you made it out of the water that day.
Only one of us.
But you lived to not be embarrassed. So lesson learned. Oh man. Yeah, that would be, because I'm not gonna lie, kids are the worst. But I feel like guys, when they hit that phase when they just shit on each other no matter what you do, we are fucking the worst. So you would not live that down. Absolutely not. To this day, you would not live that down. I think you did the right move.
That's true.
Killing this poor lady.
Anywho, what's next on your list, dude?
Up next on my list. This is another one that I sadly believed until about last year when I Googled it. And I used to think that wearing hat indoors will make you bald.
I thought that too.
Yep. I was always told that. And here's the thing. I don't know if my mom knows that it's not true, but I have a feeling this one got passed down from parent to parent, so their kids would take off their hats at the dinner table and shit like that. Because that's what you have to tell me. You have to say, oh, take it off. I'm like, oh, fuck no. I don't even wear my hat. So I have to use, oh, it makes you bald. It's like,
Well,
burn it.
I used to think just wearing a baseball cap in general, like way too much, would make you bald.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
That one I heard too. And like making it too tight or something.
Yeah. And then people would talk about Cal Ripken Jr. They're like, see?
Yes.
He's bald. And you know why? Because he wears his hat all the time when he's
He
playing
was the Iron Man.
baseball.
He had all those games that he didn't miss and wore a very tight cap, every single one of them. And now look at his head. Look at him. And he's standing there like, stop doing that.
But male pattern baldness is hereditary. It's not it's not derived from hat usage.
It's not from fucking hats. That's so dumb too. Especially like if you think historically speaking, how dumb and big the hats used to wear, like, come on, if the hats made you bald, everybody would have been bald back then. You know what I mean? Like people wear those fucking wigs and shit. So I don't know. I feel like they're not as cumbersome as they used to be. So yeah, the hats.
I really believed in that. Now, let me ask you, did your family or your mom ever tell you that if you make a face, it will stay that way?
Yeah, all the time.
Specifically, if you crossed your eyes.
Yeah. And because I would do weird. I would either like, "Ugh," or cross, like looking. I always look at my nose so I can cross it. It's like- and my mom went as far as to tell me, which is the biggest load of fucking old wife still bullshit, that she had a friend that it happened to that was making faces, and then she
Moms
got
always
crossed
say
up.
that. I have a friend. No,
I
I know a little boy.
It's like, are all your friends deformed? Like, what the fuck? You have a friend for everything. Like,
One
where
time,
do you
my
go to
grandma,
school?
I was sitting on the recliner chair, like backwards or something, and she was like, "If you sit like that, you could hurt yourself." And I know a little boy that sat like that, and he died. I was like, "Oh, okay," but always something like that. It always
Yeah.
scared me.
It's like there's always firsthand experience too. So, yeah, I knew a kid. He died.
Like,
He
oh.
cracked his knuckles and his brain exploded. It's like, wait, what? Oh shit! I better stop.
Story time. Back in college, I decided to give myself a little ball trim before going to a Halloween party. Because you never know how your night's going to go in the love department, so you always want to be prepared. Unfortunately for my boys down below, this was years before Manscaped came into my life. Oh, God. I cut myself so bad, you guys. I could barely walk that night. So imagine me trying to hit the dance floor after a few drinks later that night. Oh my God, my shredded balls would not let me move. I couldn't hit the Dougie, the Soldier Boy, the Stanky Leg, the Gangnam Style, all the epic moves that made the 2000s fun. So needless to say, I went home alone that night. But those days are over, folks, thanks to Manscaped. Because Manscaped is here to make sure you never have to go through this yourself. It's time for nice flannels and cozy socks, but we can't forget to trim our balls. By now you've heard of them, but it's time to join the 9 million men worldwide using Manscaped and get that kit that covers it all, baby. The Performance Package 4.0. It starts with the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer with advanced skin-safe technology that reduces nicks and cuts to make raking the leaves a lot less painful. Plus, the Lawnmower is a technical masterpiece, people. It has a 7,000 RPM motor, a multifunction on and off switch that can engage a travel lock, and a built-in 4,000K LED spotlight to help you see the parts of the body you haven't looked at in years. And once you clear the driveway, the Performance Package comes in hot with products to cool you down. The Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and the Crop Reviver Ball Spray Toner. One to prevent stink and one to clear it up. With a soothing aloe vera formula, move over pumpkin spice, fresh balls are the smell of the season. And the Performance Package 4.0 caps it off with 2 free gifts. The Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. That's one to hold your Manscaped goodies and one to hold your man goodies. So bring in the fall right and get 20% off and free shipping with the promo code FRATCHAT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com and use promo code FRATCHAT. As the leaves fall, make sure you have it all with Manscaped.
You know what's funny is like we know now as adults that's like preposterous. It's like so stupid to think that if you did something with your face it would stay that way. But now you ever see those like late night infomercials where old ladies will be giving instructions as to how to hold your face a particular way to smooth out wrinkles, or like
Yes.
exercises you do with your raising your eyebrows with your fingers, like so many
Totally.
reps and sets a day, and I'm like, that's impossible.
The
You should know
dumbest
better.
shit.
You tell little kids this.
I saw someone, they did it was quote unquote chin exercises because their chin was getting
Oh
droopy.
yeah.
They were like, it's like, what are you doing? Are you practicing giving a blowjob right now? Like,
Yeah, dude. Or
are you having a stroke?
have you seen the rubber thing that people chew on to try to build
Yes.
up their jaw muscles?
Yes. And why would you
It's
want like a
too dumb.
jacked chin? That's so stupid. Like, what do you
Nah, I
want?
don't believe that's for a second.
You want like a Jay Leno chin? Like, what are you people working for here? What is the gold?
There's this thing you can do. It's called like facial balancing, I think, but that's if you're like asymmetrical. They could give some injections to balance out the face. Or if you just wanted a square jawline, you can just get that done cosmetically.
Oh,
You're in and you're out. It's a really quick procedure. It's like $1,000. So I think to
really?
myself, You can chew this stuff and look like an idiot for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks with no progress, or just go under the knife.
Yeah, seriously. That's fair
Just go
enough.
to your local spa. They probably do it.
And I'm not necessarily the most like, oh, just go get it done. But seriously, when you put it that way, if you're gonna fucking invest in a ball that you chew, just fucking go.
Like a dog chew toy is
Yeah,
basically
like
what it is.
what are you doing, man? Just go get done what you want to go get done at that point. Like, come on. It's not like, like if like working out versus getting surgery. Like, I would say go work out, get fit. But like you're chewing on a ball? Nah, bro. You're doing something wrong here. Something's wrong in this equation. Fuck that.
Fuck that.
Fuck that indeed. Now it's my turn now, right? You just did faces.
Yes.
Oh, actually, what was your go-to face that would get you told? Did you have one?
Yeah, it's my monkey face. I just pull my ears out. I pull my ears out like this and go like this.
Wow. Damn, that's pretty good. Kind of looks like it. Kind of looks like Curious George. Especially with the glasses.
Yeah, dude.
That's freaky.
What was yours?
Let's see. It was either cross-eyed or like a hobble, like like bullshit. I would just do bullshit like that.
I love
That's
it.
good. That's good.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I really, in a million years, never thought that Waterboy could work on the hangover I woke up with last weekend. It was so freaking painful. I really thought I'd be in bed for at least 2 days. But boy, did they prove me wrong. Because thanks to Waterboy, oh yeah, I was not just able to get out of bed, but I kicked the day's booty too. All while saying goodbye to that epic, nasty hangover. Now, most hydration powders are packed so full of sugar that they just cause you to crash even harder later on. Not to mention, you have to drink so many of them just to get the electrolyte replenishment that your body really needs to recover. Well, folks, not anymore. Because Waterboy has 9 times the electrolytes as a Gatorade just in this stick. Inside each stick, there's some ginger for that nausea in there to make your tummy feel better. And they also include L-theanine to help calm your nerves and reduce your anxiety. Plus, their scientifically backed formula truly brings you back from the dead. Let me tell you guys, it works. But maybe the best part about Waterboy is how amazing it tastes. The most popular flavors include strawberry lemonade, lemon lime, and my life-saving blue raspberry here, which I can personally thank for saving my life last weekend. Mwah! These flavors are so good, you're going to actually want to drink these. And Waterboy is also gluten-free, caffeine-free, dairy-free, vegan, and made right here in the US of A. Let me tell you something, folks. A lot of things get worse as you get older, but your hangovers don't have to. Waterboy isn't a magic cures, but it's pretty goddamn close to one. And it's time to try it today. Hundreds of thousands of people already trust Waterboy as their hangover cure. It's time to stop dealing with that anxiety alone, people. For a limited time, our listeners get an exclusive 15% off discount when they use the promo code FRATCHAT at waterboy.com. Again, that's 15% off the promo code FRATCHAT at waterboy.com. Because Waterboy has got you recovered.
All right, on to the next one. I'm going to take you to my side of the world because this is one for the Spanish people. Now, you guys have a rule too.
I thought you meant Jersey. It was like,
gross.
gross.
Right. To the old lands of New Jersey. Now, Americans have the when you give someone a gift, you're not supposed to take it back. I think back in the racist days, it was called an Indian giver here. And then no take back seas or some shit like that. I don't know. For us, it was way more nefarious than that. Because in Venezuela, you were told that if you give someone a gift and take it back, the fucking devil would come out to visit you.
What?
The devil. He said, if you give someone a gift and you take it back, Satan himself is going to come out for you in the middle of the night. And that shit fucked me up because I remember I gave someone, I might have even been my brother. I might have given him a toy or something, and he was a dick, and I took it back. And then the entire night, I was like worried about Satan. I was like, when I go to sleep, he's gonna come after me. And I just remember like I was so scared that I thought I saw like his shadow in my room, and I was bugging the fuck out. And like I
That
don't think I
is
saw that night.
scary.
Terrifying. Fucking terrifying. I don't know why they told children that shit, but I think it explains a lot about my people. We're kind of fucked up in the head, huh?
I mean, if you smoke enough weed, anything will look like a shadow.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know?
And as a kid too, you know, like you're just talking about toys and little girl dolls and shit. Like everything gives like a weird ass shadow in the middle of the night. You got a big old teddy bear, fucking looks terrifying. So yeah, that was one that got me way too good. And I
It's
was
getting me
fucking
right now.
traumatized.
I'm 38 years old. Okay, so I was told, well, actually, not necessarily me. I remember my grandma telling my sister that if she starts shaving her legs, the hair will grow back thicker. And I remember
Yes.
hearing that a lot growing up. And then when I went in to start shaving, my mom was like, once you start shaving, you got to keep up with it because the hair starts to grow back thicker.
Mhm.
And even later in my adult life, I don't really have I can't grow a great beard. It's patchy. And so I was shaving every day thinking it was going to grow back thicker, like thinking I was helping myself. And I used to think to myself, if you shave and it grows back thicker, then why didn't my mom and my dad shave my head as a baby over and over and over until it got to the thickness that we wanted? You know what I mean?
Totally. That was one my mom held me off for the longest time from shaving. But like I fucking had a beard, like I needed to shave, and she's like, "No, it's gonna come back thicker. I don't want you
How
to not be
old
my
were
baby
you?
boy."
6?
My first day of kindergarten. I think I was like maybe 14 or 15.
14,
Definitely by
15.
15, it would have been like ready to burst. Yeah, 15, I think, is when I started getting facial hair.
My parents didn't trust me in high school with a real razor. I had an electronic one, a little
Wow.
trimmer.
Now, my mom tried to what was that thing? The wax shit that you rip off. She tried to wax my facial hair when I was sleeping when I was 15 because she didn't want me to shave. She's like, "Oh, I know you can wax it." Or there was also the thing where you would put like a lotion on it and like wait a few minutes and then you
Oh,
would wipe it off.
Nair.
Nair it. She tried to nair it. It burned the fuck out of my face with the nair. But also like I was asleep and I kind of felt something on my lip. But I don't know what the fuck. All of a sudden, I fear like I feel a searing pain. If she fucking ripped the thing, and like the facial hair didn't even come out because it's much harder than chest hair. So it just
Yeah.
hurt like fuck, and my fucking mustache was still there. So I still had to shave later on. But yeah, no. That's
You
one that
know,
they got me good with.
Mario won't shave his neck because he has always gotten it waxed.
What? That's
He
gotta hurt
waxes
so
his
bad.
neck from here down. He'll shave his face, but his neck he actually waxes, and he's convinced that shaving it is gonna make the hair grow back thicker. And I'm like, baby,
Oh
it's not
my
real. It's not
God,
true.
yeah, that
And
is
he's like,
not
yes, it
real.
is. Yes, it is. Everyone in Brazil knows it. Well, Brazil, I got news for you.
That's why
Someone's
things
lying.
are the way they are.
Santa Claus isn't real either.
Yeah. Now, here's something that about shaving that it's weird because I found that out from Vanderpump Rules. But using a razor is better for your skin than using like the machine ones. You know what I mean? Like the zzz.
Yeah, exfoliates.
It exfoliates your skin. And I had noticed
Yeah.
when I was using not a face shaver type thing, but like the actual machine, like I was almost getting like ingrowns more. But then I started using the razor, and my face is great. But it was from Tom Sandoval, who I know people still hate him, but he like uses a razor all across his face. You know what I mean, to exfoliate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think I'm going to try that. It kind of
Tom
makes sense.
Sandoval. Who's
The
gonna film
guy's
with him?
aged well.
I mean, who's gonna film with him next season?
I don't know because they all hate
You
him. But
know?
here's the thing: people want to watch that shit. So there's going to be the money scenes. So like, if you're in the reality
Yeah.
TV world, you might hate the man, but you want to film with him. You want to be in all those scenes. You want to be in that Ariana storyline. You want to be in that shit. Like,
She was on Dancing with the Stars.
and she was the star of the show. They put her on last. They knew that people were watching just for her. And she slayed too. She had that. I only saw like the first night because Julie had it on, but she was looking good in that revenge
Yeah,
dress.
I'm looking at Dancing with the Stars.
So, ooh.
Ariana.
She wore like a
nice.
dress like she wore at the reunion. It was like a red thing.
A red dress, right?
Yeah.
Is your last name Maddox?
That's right. Ariana Maddox - Garcia.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, she slayed. She did pretty good. And she's fit too, which helps with dancing. And it looks like she has rhythm, so that also helps. She rocked that shit.
How do I tell? Dance with the Stars, Ariana Maddox. Okay, ABC.com. Maybe they'll tell me what place she got.
Oh, I don't know.
No.
She's
Maybe it's still running. Maybe that's why.
it's still running. She was just on it a
Oh.
couple weeks ago, so yeah, it still has I think she's still on the show because it's not necessarily how good you do that keeps you on. It's how much people want you to stay on. They vote for you to stay on, and I think she's going to ride that popularity train probably all the way to the bank.
I mean, everyone sympathizes with her.
Exactly. That's what I was just about to say. She has like the most sympathetic story. She got cheated on. Now she's out here trying to get that revenge dance trophy. Like,
I hope she wins.
Yeah, me too. I hope she does. It'll be good for the show too.
You know what's funny is Lisa Vanderpump was on the show.
Really?
She was on
no idea.
Dancing with the Stars. I think she passed out during a rehearsal.
That sounds like the typical TV drama Lisa Vanderpump would come up with.
Yeah.
I feel like she just didn't want to rehearse that day.
mean,
Oh, la di da. But I love me some Lisa Vanderpump. So dance on, Lisa.
And she has that hairless dog.
Yes. Honestly, though, I have to say her animal collection inspires me. She has like the little ponies.
Swans.
She's got swans. What else? Does she have like a pig or something? She's got everything. So I would be her and Arnold Schwarzenegger both have lots of awesome animals that I would live and die just to be able to like hang out with for a day. So
In the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the first season, Lisa Vanderpump had this humongous house, and then she downsized. It's just her and Ken downsized to this much smaller house that still looks like the size of a mall.
Yeah,
I'm like,
which
that's
I'm sure
a downsize.
is the house. Is it the house that they're in now for Vanderpump Rules? That that place with that place is massive.
Has a swing in the backyard.
Yeah, where they all get married at.
Yeah.
They all use it as their wedding venue or like the engagement party venue. So yes, they're modest downsizing.
We went from 60,000 square feet to 58.5 thousand square feet, and it's just I just don't have any room for anything.
I just really felt like living a more modest lifestyle.
We had to sacrifice a 10-bedroom, 13-bath for a 10-bedroom, 12-bath, and I just
instead of a horse stable, now I have mini horses because we are, times are tough.
So, we're raising a pig to eat it, and I don't want to talk about it.
That's right.
His name's Porky.
Oh no! I will say I could never raise a farm animal to eat it later on. I don't know how people do that shit. I still eat pork. Pork is delicious. Don't get me wrong, but raising a little piggy all the way to your buddy, and then you have to like, wee.
I heard that micro pigs is a myth. I don't know if it is or not.
That is a myth.
I have a lot of friends who, when I was in Chicago, they bought what they thought were micro pigs, and then they had to give them away because they
turned into full blown pigs.
Yeah.
And then you have this pig who's shitting in your house. And people don't want to clean pig shit. And no, pigs are a lot like dogs. They're very smart, they're very cute, cuddly, but they grow. So that's what's sad about those things. The micro pig, that's a good wife's tale. People end up returning them, and then these
I mean,
pigs are all heartbroken.
I believed it because there's pygmy goats, so I thought there might be a pygmy pig.
Yeah, that's true.
But I have a
So-
couple of friends that fell for it, and they got
Yeah.
little tiny pigs for their little 1-bedroom condos, and then they're like, "Oh, I got
These
this huge
monsters.
pot-bellied pig. I gotta find a home for."
Yeah, that's so sad. You can't. I could never say goodbye to my pig. Mm-mm. Not
Well,
today.
what's next on your list?
On my list. Okay. I feel like. Oh God, my last two are both. I should have spaced those out better. But for number two on my list, I had one that that I honestly genuinely thought was true, and especially in high school, that jerking off stunts your growth. I was literally told you
I've
jerk
been
off too
told that.
much, you stay little. And that's like, that's where like my parents always point like, you see, look at your friend over there, and it's like this short ass kid. He probably jerks off too much.
I was told that it was jerking off too much and drinking coffee would stunt your growth.
Yeah, and drinking coffee would stunt your growth, which is like, I don't know which one's more ridiculous sounding, but I totally believe that somehow drinking coffee would stunt your growth. And also jerking off. Anyway, then I learned it wasn't
I
true.
never
Good Lord.
jacked off until the first time I think was maybe my sophomore, junior year of high school. I was a late bloomer, and I was already 6 feet tall at that point. So I was like, I guess I can jack off at this point. So. But I did believe that. I don't want to be short.
once Simo reached his ideal height, the hose turned on. Ah!
Well,
It was
speaking
like
of the
the door in
hose,
The Shining.
well, speaking of the hose, you better keep it away from me if I get stung by a jellyfish because it's not gonna do anything.
Dude, I shit you not that I pissed on my leg before because I was told that the jellyfish sting won't hurt that much. And I did it. Luckily, no one else peed on my leg, but I pissed on my leg before.
It actually makes it worse.
Yeah,
potentially.
it's not good for you. And there's a whole Friends episode about this too. So that's
Yeah,
how it's
I
much of a
believed it from the Friends
microcosm.
episode.
Yep. That's what I had always, my dad had told me this. He's the one that told me to pee on my leg when I got stung by a jellyfish. So I got it from him.
And then he's
he's
like behind the
giggling at
corner giggling like my
Yeah.
stupid fucking kid.
It's like, what an idiot.
He's like, I
But
wish
then
I
I
had this
saw
on
things
camera.
like
Bob's
that.
not gonna believe me later.
Yeah. I ended up in America's Funniest Home Videos with Bob Saget doing a funny voice as I pissed on myself.
Yeah.
No, I really thought it was true. And then I saw it on TV and things like that. So clearly I'm not the only idiot. I legitimately thought, I don't know if it was the ammonia in pee or something that was supposed to make it feel better, but whatever the fuck it was in pee, it was, you can drink it in the desert and you can get peed on if if the jellyfish stings you. The desert one apparently is true though, but you can only drink your pee once.
Oh,
and then
really?
repeat. Yeah, because when you drink it once, I guess there's still some nutrients in there. But then if you drink that pee and then you don't drink any more water and you pee again and you drink that pee, then it's not going to be good.
Ugh.
You can
Well,
get like
none of
sick
it's
and
good.
die.
Drinking pee at any time isn't good.
Simo says, "Let me tell you,
You know,
it's not as refreshing as it looks."
No, not at all. It makes your eyes sting. So, so I've never been stung by a jellyfish. I just thought like if it brushed up against you, it would sting you. But I was looking online and it says that like when the tentacles or like this like little like barbs are in you, then you're supposed to remove them with gloves, or if you don't have access to like tweezers, then you should use the edge of a credit card and scrape it out.
Wow.
And they said that the best thing to do is to get back into the ocean water and to clean it off because that's a lot more soothing. But if you were to use fresh water or water from a water bottle, then it's gonna exacerbate the stinging.
Wow. So salt water is the move. Yeah, for me, the barb didn't stay in my leg. I just remember I've been stung by a few jellyfish, and luckily the barb never stayed in me because that would be fucking awful. Ugh.
But did it hurt every time?
Yeah, the first time was just my leg, but one time I was in Ocean City, Maryland, jet skiing with someone, and then we fell off the jet ski, and they didn't tell us that it was jellyfish mating season out there.
Oh, fuck.
So we were literally from the neck down, just surrounded in jellyfish, and I literally got stung from the neck down everywhere. Like I finally made it out of the water, and I had to like lay there, like
Oh God, that's a
And then
nightmare.
of course someone was like, "I can pee on you." He was like, "I'll kill you, you son of a bitch." It's like, if you pee on me, you're dead.
Oh,
But it hurt so
no.
bad. It hurt so bad. But luckily, the barb didn't stay in. There was a movie where that happened, and I just remember they showed it a lot. It was ugh. That's my nightmare. So
Oh, that's my nightmare.
yeah. So you guys, if someone's peeing on your leg after a jellyfish sting, and they're laughing at you, you know the truth. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. And now on to we each have one more. And of course, my last one is also about jerking off. And I really should have done these in a different order. But I was told growing up that if you jerked off too much, it would give you hairy hands.
I was told this in the church. All my
Yes!
friends that are religious have all heard this.
Yes,
Specifically
church
Catholic.
people, the Catholics. I don't know what the fuck. Like, that's such a weird threat, though. Like, you will have hairy hands, and then everybody will know you jerk off.
Yeah.
It's so weird. But can you imagine, like, you're just like seeing your buddy like shaving his hand, like. That'd be so strange. Yeah, I really legitimately thought that was true. And I was like, well, maybe, because you're rubbing and maybe if like your pube gets caught in there. I don't know.
I remember thinking that, but like I think it's specifically hairy palms, right? That your palms would get hairy.
Bare palms.
So I remember being younger and thinking to myself, I've never seen anyone ever in this world with hairy palms. And I'm sure somebody out there jacks off. You know what I mean? I remember like trying to really figure this out in my mind as a kid.
I walked in on Uncle Steve once, all right? And he doesn't have hairy palms. So someone's being lied to.
He just has restraining orders. That's it.
Yeah, that's right. But hands smooth as a baby.
That's funny. Well, I have one left. And this one, although your body can't really digest it, it doesn't stay in your body for 7 years, and that's chewing gum. So I was always told that if you eat chewing gum, it's going to stay in your stomach for 7 years.
7 years. I was told that same thing too. And like to the point where obviously I never purposely meant to swallow gum, but then when you accidentally do it, then you're freaking the fuck out. Like I remember I swallowed like a glob of, I think it was like a Chubba Bubba or something like that, where it was just Bubblicious. It was Bubblicious. Because with Bubblicious, the flavor runs out like after like 48 seconds. So I'll put like 6 of them in there and like just have this wad of gum. Like, I accidentally swallowed it. And I legitimately was having like a fucking panic attack. Like, I'm going to have this ball of gum in my stomach for 7 years. I'm going to die. Fucking dumbass kids.
Now, what happens is, although your body can't digest it, it still just gets passed through all your intestines until it gets pooped out.
Yeah. And you have bouncy poop.
That's like no different than corn.
That's right. You can just pick it right out of the toilet and eat it again.
Yeah. Put it in a strainer, rinse it
off.
Start
chewing. I don't waste that kind of time. I got things to do.
You can only eat the corn one time after it passes through you. The next time won't be good.
That's right. Don't forget, people. You gotta. Times are tough. Re-rinse your corn, but just one time.
Just one time.
No two to number two. Remember that. Just remember that. Write that down. Don't. You can only do it once. But well,
what was
folks.
the punishment if you got caught chewing gum in school when you were younger?
I don't know that I necessarily had one, to be honest. I think my school was pretty good about gum. As long as you weren't that dick kid who would put the gum under the table.
Ugh.
Then they
People
would
do that.
I know, dude, because it's like,
Put it
ew.
in the wrapper it came in.
Yeah, exactly. And then like it's gonna dry out there, and then you still have to sit there. So like you forget about it. Like you're touching all this nasty gum. But if you got
Ugh.
caught doing that, then you have to scrape all the other gum off too, not just your own. So it's like, ugh.
That was the punishment at my school. If you got caught chewing
So
gum,
gross.
you had to scrape all the gum off of like the desks and stuff.
That's like my nightmare.
Yeah.
Dirty people,
Yuck.
dirty gum. People who stick gum to tables, and also I knew kids that would stick boogers in like the third grade under their desk, and it was like the grossest. Like, what the fuck are you doing, kid? But people did it. People did it. And that's how
People
me and
did
Sam
it.
became friends. But anyways, that was our list of top 10 old wives' tales that we totally got pwned with as kids, plus a bonus special edition one by Mr. Mo. Let us know what you thought of the list. Give us a follow on all social channels at Frat Chat Podcast. That's on Instagram. That's on Facebook. It's on Twitter. It's on YouTube. And you can also give me a follow as well at Carlos Does the World on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube. Carlos Does World on Twitter. And, of course, you have to follow my good buddy Simo here at Chris.Moore.comedy on Instagram, on TikTok, and Seymour Comedy on Twitter. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Mr. Mo, it's time to go. So why don't you get us out of here for Jesus?
Jesus, I motion to adjourn this meeting.
Ooh, in a second. All right, you guys, we'll be back next week with another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting time. The Frat Chat Podcast. See ya.
Bye.